Commissioner Benson,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? Motion's passed. Now this one here is discussing an appropriate request to increase the indigent burial assistance. Now I've got a request from local funeral home. They said that, you know, they cannot do it for what the county pays. But after researching it, you know, the county is not liable for indigent burial expense. So I don't know who would be liable, but you know, it's actually not the county's responsibility. You know, most counties do pay a couple $100 toward a, you know, indigent. Newton County right now is at $300. The cost of the cremation is costing him $500 for a cremation, plus transportation, you know, back and forth to the crematorium. So he requested $1,100, which I think is, you know, it's really not the county's responsibility.
Do you know how many of these types of services are done a year?
I do not, you know, he's done 2 or 3.
I would say under
and basically, you know, most of the time it's cremation. I would say majority of the time. So it costs a funeral home cremation. Come on, Mike, you can shed some light on this.
I studied for autopsy, which we paid. $750 to transport for an autopsy. The guy down there did the autopsy, well, his family did nothing. And so, man, this was a while back, the previous administration. And he stayed down there, he sat there, because the family wouldn't come to him. I'm just going to say, Paul, they didn't, you know what I mean? Paul contacted me, he said, look, I'm not going to go to you for the $300 I've got to go to you. We'll bring him up here and they're going to pray and everything. I'm just not. And so he sat down there for 9 months, unembalmed in the hole. And finally, I got Paul to agree to go do it as a favor to me, more on me. So the $300 is not enough money, but if the county does do it, it's all going to be on Paul. And the certain around, and he's not the only one that does that. It's the Ranger that does it, but old ones have something, yeah. But and I brought this very same thing for before, and they checked them around just like you know, it's about the same for every county, so they did not do it. I understand that, but it only get to be, and it did get to be superior work. The problem, I had a man down there a long time, and it's really different to the man think it should at least be what we pay to take somebody on the outside.
I don't need it.
No.
Yes.
Okay, and the health and safety code, section 694, the Commissioners Court of each county shall provide for the disposition of the body of a deceased pauper. The Commissioners Court may adopt rules to implement this section. So the health and safety code requires that we provide for a pauper, for a person. So it says that when you get ready, and if I remember correctly, each time that we've been asked to pay for the burial fee, it comes to court and the court approves it. But you can consider things like, be like $250.
Right.
So it was raised a little bit, but like you said, the amount to transport them was raised because nobody would drive them to the morgue and back. And so had to make it worth their gas and everything, but anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Thank you.
One or two more, you look like that, I don't have, but I probably do. In West, I probably do 20 a year. And of those 20, there may be one, I would say, would be the average that does not happen. And I also, that's $750 that they get the transport. That is, all the ways it's for to transport from wherever to the morgue and the body bag and the service, and in some cases, it's also to go pick them up and bring them back for the purpose. But I would think that really would not be part of that $750. I don't think that would be part of it. So purpose, just like they get passed away at home, they get
So what you're talking about is when you order,
yeah, went over and over.
outside of that, it's $750.
No, you never pay that only on all. I would just make autopsies. I probably 40% of the ones I see. Now, that varies depending on some judges want autopsy on nearly everybody. Some judges don't order, put them on everything.
Well, the state has mandated that the counties pay for the autopsy, so.
And it's $2,250.
Yes.
for an autopsy. Anyway. Oh, no. You have no way really to budget for that. There may be 10 next year, there may be 40 next year. You don't know, just depending on how late it happens. But it can certainly add up during the course of the year.
So as far as, increasing do we want to increase, what we pay the funeral homes for the indigent burial or indigent cremations or should I say funeral expense.
So you say they can cremate for $500?
Paul said it costs $500 for a cremation, but that doesn't include the, they put them in a box, carry them over there. That doesn't include the box. It doesn't include the transportation. So if the county pays $300, he's still out. Probably double that, $300 to $600.
My personal belief would be give them $500 to pay for cremation. At least that's one vote.
Okay, what about the box and transportation? Oh,
Built boxes, I have built boxes. No, I'm just saying, my personal, I say we need that.
Yeah. My thought would be $650. That adds, fuel and so I wouldn't be adverse to paying $650 toward indigent burial.
So what Courtney said kind of troubled me a little bit. So based on the law, could a local home come back and say, no, this is your deal. This is what you're going to pay?
And there it is. The county has the authority to dictate what is going to happen, so you can say, we're requiring that person to be buried, or we want that donated to science, or we want it to be cremated. The county gets to pick how the body is disposed of, but, and the family member can object to that, or even further on this, and I'm happy to share this with any of you, but, yeah, the county is responsible for it, so if they refused, we would be in fine. I think as a courtesy, Mr. Smith has worked with the county on things for years.
And he said that most of them he doesn't even, he hasn't done but a couple, that he's actually charged the county for in years.
I would like to point out one other thing. I'm on the board of directors of the cemetery that's here in Stanton. It's called city cemetery. It's got nothing to do with the city. It's everything, but we charge $300 for a spot to bury someone in the cemetery. So that's a consideration. If you say we want the body buried, then the cemetery association is going to be looking for $300 somehow.
Well, if the county's doing it, I think we should go the most economical route possible.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
And if a cremation is,
Yeah, cremation, about $100.
There's always a shortage of supplies and medical schools, doctors and practice on. I would suggest that we talk to a teaching facility that needs courses offering on to teach on, and see if they would pay for transportation. Let them serve another useful purpose inside.
yes. Now that is an option that Courtney just brought up. As far as donating to medical science.
Donated to medical science, partner with the teaching facility that will pay the transport cost. And now you portion all that. It's a cost of the county.
Yes. Thank you. So how do we proceed with this one?
Well, there were two numbers I heard, was 500 and 650.
And I,
Paul's been good to this county.
yes,
Paul's been good to my family and other families I know. I mean, we talk about Paul and Poland.
yeah,
Fair.
he's the one that asked for the increase.
And I guess at the end of the day, although he's been good, it's more about the business.
Right.
It's a business supporter here, Benton County pays taxes and all those things. Can you amend that, Brother Daniel, to 650?
I didn't make the motion.
Oh, I thought you said 500.
No, he said he wouldn't be adverse, he said 500, and then I said, I wouldn't be adverse to county paying 650 toward, because he's not making any money off of this.
He's not losing any.
He's not losing.
We really need to follow up on those recommendations also, though, like, because that's going to help that total figure.
Yes.
See if maybe some of the science folks would like to have the body.
And that is an option,
Yeah.
donating to medical science.
Yeah.
And if they would absorb the transportation costs, it would, because the county does have say in, once we have to pay for the funeral, the county does have a say in how it's done.
Yeah.
So, and I do believe that's, if we do vote to increase the expense paid to the funeral home, we will start looking at, places that would take, donations of the body.
Yeah, donation as well.
So I guess I need a motion. What do y'all think about 650?
I'll make the motion that we pay 650 on the expenses for the funeral home. This item.
Okay, motion is made by Commissioner White to increase it to 650. Second made by Commissioner Benson. All in favor? All against? All right. So moving on to item number 4, discuss and if appropriate, approve changing County Road 2034 from a county road to a private road. And that's Mr. Philip White.
Okay, this item here was brought up in court before, and we had some issues that we had to go and check on. And after doing all my checking and talking with the 911 person that's in charge of assigning addresses, we have Mr. and Mrs. Simmons that live on the old little old loop, dirt road, gravel road that's just north of here where Wayne Powell used to live there. And they have a lot of traffic, looters coming through, people sitting around. They assume it's probably dope deals and that kind of thing. And they would like to get that road changed to a private road. Well, Commissioner Powell and his family has property on that same loop. And he has written a letter saying that he wouldn't have an issue with it being a private road also. So the Simmons are asking the court to allow them to change that county road 2034 to a private road. There is one other company, the timber company, Crown Timber Company. Of course, they have a private road all currently going into their property. And they have a gate there, and they come off 87 right there, same place that County Road 2034 come off of. But it won't interfere with them getting in and out to their road. Matter of fact, like I said, they have a road that.
Yes, I did notice that, their road cuts in the county road.
Yeah, they just recently bladed that road, went in there, cleaned it up and completed. So, they're happy with, their interest to that piece of property.
Okay. They're gonna put a gate up?
Well, that was another thing, they had mentioned putting a gate up, and, this motion, if we make the motion, is we're gonna also require them to follow the, Texas Transportation Code on gate. There is a section, 251.010, say gates on the third class or neighborhood roads. And, a person is, allowed, they can put a gate up, but it has to meet these codes, which have to be at least 10 feet wide, free of obstruction above the gate, constructed so that opening and shutting the gate will not cause unnecessary delay of persons, including emergency personnel using the road. And got to be constructed with a fastening to hold the gate open until the person using the gate can pass through it. But can't be just loose swinging through, because we're, by being a private road in the county, we're still somewhat responsible for making sure that it's
911 accessible.
And this county line, the way the road comes off of 87 on the north side, it goes through that timber company. Of course, they own the first 400 feet, the first 400 feet. And so that'll be another guideline. They cannot put the gate closer than 400 feet from the north loop. Because that'll be on the company. There's a definite blue line there where the timber company stops.
Okay.
So we'll have to, before we give it to Ms. Simmons, we'll approve it, give her a letter stating that all these things are required.
Okay.
Before we actually change.
All right, I need a motion to approve changing County Road 2034 from a county road to a private road.
Can't they put, Ms. Porter, can they put a gate up on the county road, on they don't block it?
Yes, there is.
Me and John been through this so many times, about these roads.
Yeah, as long as it's a third class or neighborhood road, can't put one on a first class road.
Yeah, the third, that's
Yeah.
what that is. Right?
Yeah.
But they could just put a gate up, and leave the county road. They could put a gate up and leave the county road.
Well, no, that's only, it's a private road.
I'm saying, it's on third class county road.
Yeah, third class, yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
So you can leave the county road and put a gate in.
Yeah.
Stop all polluters from going back. You rather keep the county road, or you rather make it a private?
Well, if they want a private road, that's.
It's your. Now, I'm asking you, because that's your.
Yeah, it's in good shape, and I won't have to. Cover it on me, that kind of stuff, cutting it real easy. That's gonna be,
You can't road back.
yeah, well,
They won't give right of ways to everybody else. Okay, somebody, say 20 years from now, somebody's going to section that they dead, the grandchildren won't go in there and section the land off.
I think the rules are set that for Karen, I don't think that they can there for 20 years, 30 years down the road.
I'm just saying.
I hear what you're saying. I understand. That's just like Mr. Powell here, Commissioner Powell, his dad, your family owned that property in there? What do you think about it?
He didn't want to be involved in this discussion.
I respectfully don't want to comment on it, because I don't want to create an appearance of me being for that way in front of some of these guys that I'm saying to any comments or any kind of those or anything else. So respectfully.
All right, so back to where we need a motion to approve changing it from a county road to a private road. So I will make that motion to approve county road, recognize county road 2023, 2034 from a county road to a private road. Do I have a second?
All right, I think it's fine.
Second made by Commissioner Benson. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion's passed.
Let the record show up saying that
All right, item number 7, we already did 5 and 6. It's discussing if appropriate, accept final communication from Reading and Associates concerning the 2021 year-end audit. And they sent the final communication. We don't have to read it, that the audit is finished, and we just have to make note of it in Commissioner's Court that the 2021 audit has been completed as of March 31st.
Everything was good, right?
Yes, and the audit, once we finalize this, he will send us a copy of the audit, and he will be here in May to give his final review of the 2021 audit.
Okay, that's what I was fixing to ask. When do they?
So Judge, this motion is to accept the communication from Reading and Associates that the 21 audit has been completed, and that sets up the next step in the process. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
So I'll make a motion that we accept the communication from Reading and Associates concerning the 2021 audit, so that we can continue the process of reviewing that audit.
All right, motion's made by Commissioner Powell. Second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor? All against? All right. Item number 8, discuss and if appropriate, take action to set speed limits for county roads located in precinct 4. And that's Commissioner Powell.
Yes, Judge Shocker, my assistant provided packets to each meeting.
Yes.
So in reading the transportation code, in section 545, it's very detailed and going below a certain speed limit. And get down around 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. It references specific hazards that exist, talks about alleys, proximities, different things. So these roads that you're seeing in these pictures, I want to give you some time to look through them. Because there's a lot here, several of these roads, like in the Sunset Acres edition on the east side, three of the 4 roads are currently posted 15 miles an hour, and that's what we wanted to establish as the speed limit for those. And then on the west side, if you look at those photos, all 6 of those roads are actually posted at 15 miles an hour. But I can't find any documentation that shows that was ever voted on by the court. And we want to change some of those signs out and put new signs up. And we just want to make sure that we are following the law and doing that. And we want to archive this in the minutes of the court meeting. So in the future, the next commissioner can look at this and say, trying to build a document based on the court's actions today. What we want to do is to set the speed limit at 15 miles per hour for County Road 3112, 3125, 3126, 27, 28, 29, 3130, 4173, 4174, 4175, 76, and 3136. 3133 is suggested to be at 25 miles per hour until it gets into close proximity. I had it listed as the last 2,000 feet of that road. And then at that point, it would be reduced to 15 miles an hour. That's also included in the pictures. It shows the road for the 25 miles an hour, and it shows where it goes it goes really close to some houses. And we're asking that it be reduced to 15 miles an hour at that point. And then it goes on there, kind of 31, 34 suggests to be 20 miles an hour, 31, 35, and 25 up to the curb. There's also a photo there. Again, you can look through the pictures, talk to the residents in these areas. A lot of this is based on their request. We had a Facebook scenario with the school bus. You know, and I went out and followed the school bus was driving within the speed limit, but the transportation director, Louisville, and I both agreed that the speed limit was way too high for a school bus. It's too high for me. I went and drove those roads before daylight with the school bus, and I backed off the school bus because I couldn't run even 22 miles an hour. So, again, this is not me mandating speed limits. This is me meeting the request that people live in these neighborhoods. I guess ultimately it will be the court mandating speed limits, but these being requests made by the public. I think they're good. Your request is one of those here today.
Are the through roads, their main through roads that?
No, that's a really good question. So all of these roads are residential. Yeah. All of the roads dead end. So 4173 and 4176 actually merge in the back of a residential neighborhood and they loop back around. But the rest of them, they're single lane, turn and come back out that same road. On the west side of 87, those roads dead end into a road in the back, and you stops, and you get on another road and go back around the other way. So they're not through, no, so they don't travel through, they're all residential roads.
So I'm sure you got kids and bicycles and
Yeah, and
everything on them.
these roads, at least half these roads are already posted, and it's in the pictures when they point, put that in there, at 15 miles an hour. And we, quite honestly, we went ahead and put another 15 mile an hour sign up, probably prematurely. The feedback I've gotten is that these signs was put out without going through court. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it wasn't from the previous commissioner either. It was years ago. So I'm just trying to follow the letter of the law and get in the county clerk's minutes that we need to provide for.
Well, as far as the speed limits, do you have any enforcement on speed limit? Do the constables or the sheriff's office?
So in these particular neighborhoods, in the Sunset Acres addition, very little traffic other than people live there. They kind of enforce them themselves. They're a close-knit community. Social media is a pretty powerful wagon, but in the Gisborne and Old Canton areas, there's a request for more enforcement. But that's another agency.
It's on.
If
I said it's on.
it pleases the court, I can make the motion because I have it written out the way I think it needs to be made for historical.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
You want to look at it?
I'm ready.
So in other words, the main goal here is to build a database for your roads and only from your standpoint, and then the neighbors are, they like the 15 mile an hour, the residents like the 15 mile an hour speeds that are already posted, what you said.
So on these particular signs, the ones that are changed, there are some that are being lowered, Mr. White. So on the 4154, there's a picture there. The first section of that road is paved, and I took the picture of the longest stretch at where you would say that speed is acceptable. And its speed limit is currently posted at 30 miles an hour on 4154. But this section of road, this is the only straight section of this road. The remaining roadway is residential and has many curves and blind spots. We're proposing to lower that one to 25. And then also in the East and Old Champion areas, the county road 3135 is suggested to be at 25 miles an hour up to the curve of 3135. And there's a picture there, and there's a child at play sign there. And then it will be reduced to 15 miles per hour until it dead ends into that neighborhood. Again, I haven't talked to everybody on the road, but I've talked to a lot of them. This is, I think those are the only, out on 31, Preacher knows these roads, 3111 and 3112. That 3112, there's no posted speed limits on it, but you know, it turns off and goes really close to that house. And, you know, 25 miles an hour is just way too fast. Nobody's gonna drive 25 miles an hour to that. If we posted at 15, that would be.
That's all family on back there.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I wanted to make sure that everybody's aware that the transportation code does lay out that a commissioner's court can set the speed limits for a road. The standard that the state uses is what is safe and reasonably prudent under all the circumstances given. So whether it be the material on the road, the neighbors, children in the area, you know, degradation to the road based on the higher speed. And so all those factors come into play to determine what is safe and prudent based on all the circumstances. And so just making sure everybody notices the court setting the speed limit. It doesn't have like an engineer study, anything like that. It's based on like your interpretation of what you think would be reasonable and prudent. So based on your observations over the last 4 months and talking to neighbors, that's your recommendation that those are the safe and prudent speeds for those roads. Am I correct? And the transportation code allows you to set those speeds.
So if there's no further discussion, I would like to make the motion, set the speed limit at 15 miles per hour, County Road 3112, 3125, County Road 3126, County Road 3127, County Road 3128, County Road 3129, County Road 3130, County Road 4173, County Road 4174, County Road 4175, County Road 4176, County Road 3136, County Road 3133 is suggested to be set at 25 miles per hour up to the last 2,000 feet of County Road 3133, at which point it will be reduced to 15 miles per hour. County Road 3134 is suggested to be set at 20 miles per hour. And County Road 30 suggested 20 miles per hour up to the curve of 3135. And it will be reduced to 15 miles per hour until County Road 3135 dead ends into the neighborhood. County Road 4154 and County Road 3111 is suggested to be set at 25 miles per hour.
A second.
All right, motion's been made by Commissioner Fallon. Was it you, Phil? Second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right, motion passed. Okay, item number 9 is discuss status of recently purchased pharmacy building regarding renovations, money remaining in fund balance for this building, and planned path forward. So it's got you listed, so I didn't know.
So I was just wanting to get it in front of the board, the public, just kind of get, I'm down there, I just want to know what's going on with it.
Okay, now as far as purchasing the building, we use, it's kind of like, it was travel kind of grant money that, basically like COVID money.
Sorry,
It was 50,000 from last year, 50,000 from this year, was used to purchase the
I'm
building.
in the middle of.
Okay, we
this.
allocated.
Can you ask him
How much offer?
what he wants or?
It's 168.
Just wanting to talk, or does it need
Yes,
something?
168 total. So right now we, okay, now once they tore all the insulation and started, cleaning the building out, you know, it's, the tin on the back wall was pretty rusted out. But, we do have a stack of brand new tin over at the building that the county traded, the city to put a new water well. So we do have new tin available there. We've got to get it moved for them to drill the water well. There's also a stack, and I didn't realize this, but a huge stack of new ceiling tiles in there that we could probably utilize for this building. That would save a little money. We've got to get once the new tins replaced, once they started tearing the old insulation stuff out, they found a big water moccasin inside it. So that made everybody jump back. But get the new tin, spray foam the walls, and start working on the inside. Right now, we around 65,000 left in the fund, but we still have to fiber optic to the building. So far, you know, we've not spent any taxpayers' money other than the county workers cleaning the building out, renovating the building at this point. So that's where we're at on it. We have to go out for bids and, you know, get some work done on it. And
What is the time frame on
not really sure. We've only got a couple months to get it done before we have to vacate the bottom floor of the courthouse.
that? That's what I was just curious. The time frame, I know they gutted the building, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
So I was wondering.
So we get the new tin over there, replace it. It's silver. We have to, you know, clean the building and paint the match. Get the electrical, and then get some bids to start working on the inside. Courtney, do you have plans how you want to set the offices up?
I do, I have a basic floor plan, mostly in my head, but kind of sketched on paper and nothing formal and official. Hoping that once the inside is cleaned and ready for that, maybe to go in and kind of chalk it off or walk it off and kind of see that right now it's got 5 offices, a conference room, a file room, a storage room, kitchenette area. It has a place already for 2 bathrooms.
Yes.
I think one of the questions is one of the air conditioner units, and Commissioner White's been in there, and this, you know, he may know more about it. I'm not a construction person, but it had 2 units, and one of them was an old 1970 furnace.
Yes, gas heat.
I think it was removed.
Yes.
They got all the flooring out the best they could.
Yeah.
And did you have any other updates on the
No.
inside of it?
No, the floor, we had several different types of flooring in there, and it was pretty tough getting it up. And I think the floor is probably whatever type, well, you're probably gonna go back with some type of linoleum or tile. But they'll probably have to put a coating underneath it to level the floor out. It's pretty rough. But now we know that this side, this east side, it's brick. And so we're not too concerned about that. But the attic, we need to go up there and make sure the bracing and whatnot is still good, because the building is older than most realize. But we need to just make sure we go back and check all. Of course, the contractor's we're gonna hold him responsible for doing all of that. But meanwhile, we were trying to save, county money from having a contractor to tear all that stuff out. But we were all kind of in a lull, kind of getting prepared for the summer, cutting grass and whatnot. But Commissioner Formley and my guys, they some of them that already had experience in, demolition type work. So went in there and did that, and I thought it went well. But the
I
building
think
is,
there was talk about pressure washing the building inside and out.
yes, yes,
We'll have to see what's left after that point, see if pressure washing the inside of it now that's been done in, get the old foam off and
right.
anything that's on there.
Yeah, we still have a little to do. We got, like she said, pressure wash the inside and outside the metal, because might have to repaint it. It's faded. Once we put the new tin, I would like to get someone to spray paint the whole thing.
Yes.
And have it all looking the same. But
Well, there's about 50 sheets of 14x10 over behind. I have no idea what it was bought for. I haven't seen anything on it, but we have a stack of brand new tin behind that old building over there. The cities, they're actually should have a drilling rig in there today to start drilling a new water well. So.
Okay.
So I guess, kind of my question, so we spent got the bill for $100,000.
Yes.
Approximately. Approximately.
A little over 102,000 with the survey and the title cost.
And we got 60 some odd, and I'm just throwing close to these numbers, approximately 60 something left in what we originally budgeted.
Yes.
And you've got some funds from seizures, what is?
Yes, sir. That's from pretrial fees and seizure fees, that anything that goes in excess of the 168, I'm hoping to be able to cover, because I think once we got in there and saw that it wasn't in as good of shape as we had hoped, any additional costs, I don't plan on coming to the court to ask for more than what's already committed. I can help with that, or any furnishings, anything like that. I'm planning on chipping in on it.
So that was what I would ask is we get to talking about this, maybe, periodically as we go through this and this building phases, that we bring it to court, or somehow make it public, that, hey, the goal here is to move the DA/county attorney in that office to that building long term, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, long term.
Make that public record for everybody knows that, and then kind of, we're working on it, how much money we're spending. Just, I guess what I'm asking today is, I don't want a month from now find out, oh, we need another $100,000, but it sounds like we're working toward being able to.
We've got a pretty good solid base. And with what we have, I think we could come in under budget.
Okay.
So, if not, pretty close to it. And then, like I say, Courtney's got her funds that, we can do it with the budget we allocated.
I think that's a good idea, though, maybe each meeting every 2 weeks or whatever, just have a running budget item or any updates on the remodel of the VA. I think just to kind of keep people informed and know where we're at on it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I don't guess we need a motion on that. So moving on to number 10, discuss and if appropriate takes action to establish county employees that work at the direction of county commissioners as persons who may remove illegally placed signs in the right of way of county property.
Yeah.
And you're basically talking about kind of like campaign signs.
Actually, my assistant has a picture in the package. It's on this page here. Apologize, both your assistants for that yesterday, and we did get these in time, so she handed us, but this is the type of pictures we're talking about, signs we're talking about. They're in the right of way, and, they're just right on the edge of the road, and they just stay there forever. They're there until they fade out, and run down, mow over them, and then try to pick up a million pieces of them. And, but the transportation code, I thought we could do this, and at some point, the court may have said they could, but I can't find that. But the transportation code says under 393.004 that regarding this, in terms of the type of signs that are unlikely to be reclaimed less than $25, then the commissioner's court may consider the sheriff, the constable, they already have the right. Or other trained volunteers authorized by the commissioner's court may discard a sign of less than $25 in value without giving the notice required by another section. So basically, if you take down some big high-dollar sign, you've got to take it down, store it, notify the rival owners and say, you got this one, pick it up. But if it's less than $25, it's just like in this picture here, this one of, we buy homes and land and it gives a Houston number and that sign will be there until it fades out, gets run over by lawnmower. We'd like to be able to take those signs down. And then to do that as a county, court has to say, my motion was that anyone that works at the direction of the county commissioner has the authority to take down those signs as determined by the county commission. Basically, it would give us the right, and I'm not talking about when someone goes out and puts up a garage sale sign. You got to use discretion in some of that, right? Because most of our folks come back and pick those up. But these signs that stay there forever, you need to protect them.
I agree. So,
asking for us to be able to give our employees authority.
Yeah, and what it says in this transportation code is that the commissioner's court, you have to do that through the court. We have to decide who can do that other than the sheriff's or a constable. Yeah, I'm just asking that we basically make the motion that those individuals who work for the commissioners have the authority to do that at the commissioner's direction. Does that sound right? Okay. I did run this by her before.
I'll make that motion.
all right. Motion is made by Commissioner White, second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor? All against? All right. All right. Item number 11 is discuss and if appropriate, take action to change the current mileage reimbursement rate from 50 cents per mile to 0.655 cents per mile. The suggested rate of 0.655 has been set by the GSA and the IRS and will bring Newton County in compliance with both agencies.
So Judge, I made that line item. After making it, doing a little research, I don't know that it's something that the court should do. Ms. Pontier, maybe you could tell us if we should or should not. Looking back in the county clerk's office dealt with this, the last record of the court actually taking action on this item was in 1996, and at that time, they was at 25 cents a mile. So I know now we're at 50 cents a mile. So at some point, we went from 25 to 50, and I guess I made the line item before I did my homework. So is this something the court should even do if it's mandated by these agencies? It's kind of like the minimum wage, I mean, we don't say we're gonna pay minimum wage, but just a question.
I would think kind of like minimum wage, that's gonna be the expense to the county, whether you're moving or not, but for record keeping. It wouldn't hurt to put it on record that you're recognizing and adopting that rate as well. But I think in the past, they've just always bumped it up. The treasurer's office, they've always just followed the guidelines and bumped it up according to, auditor's office has always bumped it up according to it. She just has always followed the guideline and paid that if it's been raised on the federal level.
And I don't want to set precedent, so it may be best if we take no action on this and just allow them to follow.
I'm kind of indifferent about it. I think it doesn't hurt to recognize it, maybe not say, hey, we approve of it, but, just as a board, you recognize the same as
We're recognizing the GSA rate.
Just recognizing that that's the new federal rate and that you're going to respect it and follow that rate as well.
Okay.
Not necessarily approving it, but just acknowledge it. Okay. That way it helps too. I think it's good because it helps too with, like, for budget purposes, and how because the court is recognizing that rate has been raised, so when it comes time to budget, people's mileage line might need to be raised. And so the court is on record saying, hey, we know the rate is raised, that justifies need to raise these other things. So I think it's a good plan.
Okay, thank you. One good question was asked about this was, do we need to do a budget amendment? There's been a lot of good discussion around that, between the treasurer's office and auditor's office, included me in it, was that, that the 0.50 was not stated anywhere in the budget, so you're not amending the budget. As a court last year, you all said you have an allowance for travel.
Yeah, you have a set amount in that.
Yeah, if we see that, some department says I need more money, then we'll have to do a budget amendment. But the percentage increase on this shouldn't result.
All right. I need, well, I guess I need a motion to recognize the mileage reimbursement rate from 50 cents to the GSA government rate of 0.655 cents per mile.
Make that motion.
Motion is made by Commissioner White.
I say.
Second by Commissioner Powell. All in favor? All against? All right, motion's passed. All right, number 12 is discuss and if appropriate, extend the Hurricane Laura disaster declaration until April. Well, that's today. It says April 11th, 2023. So I guess we're extending it to the end of April. I think they made a typo. It should be May on this. May 11th, 2023.
Can we just extend that every month, Judge?
Extend it every month until the,
I think I just sent an email this week that May was going to be the last month for that. I think that's what I was thinking.
the last month, if you have any costs associated with
Yes.
Laura,
It's gonna be the last month.
or in the next line item with COVID, that you can claim reimbursement for.
It's gonna be made for both.
Yes.
Yes.
That's-
Now, the email said, Judge, it was to you, and I thought.
I think it's ended at the end of May. Okay,
So we need to make that to May 30th, or we gonna have to have another one in the May court? It goes to the end of May, right?
Yes, the end of May,
so I'll just say make it till May 30th.
May 30th.
Good. Yeah, 31st.
Or 31st, whichever is.
Yeah,
31 days, right?
May 30th.
We combine it 12 and 13.
Yeah, we'll combine 12 and 13. 13 is for the extended COVID-19 disaster declaration until the same date. So I need a motion to extend these two declarations.
Make that motion.
Motion is made by Commissioner Benson,
That's it.
second by Commissioner White. All in favor? All against? All right, motion's passed. And now we come to the highlight of the show. Payment of bill.
General fund, $60,488.52. Road and Bridge Precinct 1, $16,538.30. Road and Bridge Precinct 2, $16,538.30. Road and Bridge Precinct 3, $36,498.72. Commissioner Special Precinct 1, $1,313.40. Commissioner Special Precinct 2, $13,942. Commissioner Special Precinct 3, $3,047.73. Commissioner Special Precinct 4, $15,364.97. Record Preservation, $209.89. Solid Waste Disposal, $1,953.86. $100,000.80. Voter registration, $20.53. Newton County Library, $174.58. Historical operating, $36, and grants, $24,787.30, for a total of all funds, $190,914.34. On the road and bridge, I know that's what you're gonna ask, correct? You want me to just bring it up? All right, on the road and bridge, precinct 1, 2, and 3,